Hey, what's up? It's Valar. Hope you guys are doing awesome. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents and kind of chime in on this video with a Q&A with Cirilla and give my opinion on it. That's pretty much it. I know I'm later in the day, but who cares, right? So will the requirement to get Lydia change when you add the new faction? What she goes over and says is yes. So let's see. Okay. So no reason to panic on that. Now, what she sort of goes into more is saying that they're not going to really release the faction crypt for the new faction for a while because they won't have a robust roster of champions at first, so it won't make sense to open the faction crypt up. So for a while, it's going to stay exactly the same. I will tell you for sure, I actually think that once there's more factions, you will have to complete all of them. I could be wrong. I think that's unfair, but I actually think that's what they're going to do. So you have to complete all of them. I guess it's saying, hey, if you were a player that's been around here for a while, you got something better than someone who's brand new. I don't know. I don't agree that they should do it that way. I think they should actually do it where it's the same playing field. Once you just keep it, once you hit 8 and 119 stars, no matter what it is, as far as like, let's say you defeat this new faction crypt, but you can't defeat Dwarves faction crypt, but you have 819 stars. You get Lydia, right? Because that's what it is now. So just keep it the same star level, I feel like. And then who cares how many faction crypts are there, right? Keep Lydia at 819, and then give us more rewards past 819 in the faction crypts is what I would recommend and what I hope to see. Who knows what we're going to see, but that's what I'm hoping to see. So the next thing that they have is what is this here? What are your future plans for the Doom Tower? Okay, so long story short, going into this is that obviously Cirilla actually says some stuff, uh, different rotations as far as changing out the boss, even the mobs, and the secret rooms. So I would take that to mean they're going to change up everything, including the regular floors. It's actually kind of cool if they do that because it will constantly catch us off guard and make us so we have to make tweaks. Now, that makes it harder because you can't just, go with a linear focus, like knowing that if I do this, I'm going to be fine. And I'm going to be, I tell people, I struggle in hard Doom Tower. I don't have all the great gear to get, everyone with enough accuracy and all. So that's actually what I'm working on right now. I'm not completing Doom Tower hard. So it's, for me, it's actually a big project to do that. So especially as a content creator and everything too, I have done everything else in the game, but Doom Tower is actually my biggest hurdle to get through. I can blow through normal, and I can blow through probably the first half of hard, but once we get floor 70 and above, it's super hard for me actually. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm actually excited about that though because it does keep it fresh and interesting, which is pretty cool. And then what else we got here? We got I put the timestamps in here so I could actually just scroll right to it. Okay. All right. So did you guys forget about the dwarves? Why did undead get all the new epics and legendaries? Her answer doesn't make a whole lot of sense about undead getting legendaries and epics because like that faction was already completely fleshed out before they released all these undeads. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but who cares? There's apparently 14 new dwarves in development and a new dwarf fusion on the way. Patch 3.3, I think, is coming next week. They're going to tease another thing with like one of those community posts about the Q&A type of thing. That's actually more of a text format thing. Sometime I'd imagine it comes out Friday, I guess. And I would guess patch comes out Tuesday. I could be wrong. It's completely speculation on my part, but I think the patch comes out Tuesday, and you actually have the fusion champions, the new fusion announced then as well, or within the same one day of it, and then that fusion ends like right after Valentine's Day. I could be wrong, but that's kind of like my gut feeling on my speculation of what's going to happen there. But it is pretty cool. Dwarves are getting some love. They show some models and all this stuff of the dwarves. Like this one right here. So this is probably the fusion. Looks like a weird undead dwarf priestess type thing to me. So kind pretty interesting, actually. Kind of got the snakes up here and everything. So I'm thinking this is going to be another dwarf res, actually. Kind of the way that I don't know. Could be wrong, but probably a support champ is what I'm going to guess on the dwarf side. Um, we'll see. So that's all speculation and everything too. So anyway, all right. So we'll go to the next thing here. All right. Let's see. Do we have duplicate system, right? All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Do you have any answers to the duplicate champion issues? Not really yet is the answer to this, right? So we've heard this for months, if not for over a year, if you're an older player. Now, I do think there will be one. I've already resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to get duplicates. I'm going to stick them in the vault. It's going to be disappointing when I get them. I'm going to deal with what I have. Whatever duplicate system comes, it comes. I do understand what they say about not wanting to overly break the balance of the game, because let's say that like they can't make it too ridiculous. I think what they should do is actually just make a system where you could re-roll. Like you can put some duplicates in there and re-roll and get a guaranteed non-dupe legendary. Doesn't mean it's god tier. That would be like the most easy way that doesn't break the game, if you ask me too. Like if we start putting it where everybody gets all these dupes and it gives you this huge power enhancement, which other games do, then I guess if you've pulled several dupes, you're going to have an amazing, sick, good champion versus someone who's never even pulled them. So I get that brings a bigger disparity. Whereas I just think keeping the randomness of it probably is better if you actually use just like a reroll system, but give it a reroll where you're guaranteed not to get a dupe is what I feel like. So if that non-dupe is War Mother, oh well, right? But it's not a dupe. It also could be Bad Alcazar, right? So that feels like to me it's the most fair. A little bit unexciting. It doesn't actually do anything for the champion, but it makes it so you can get rid of your dupes, which would be kind of cool. And then, okay, the last thing was gearing champions is hard and takes a lot of silver. So they mention in here, she mentions first off the armory feature, which is like where you can test out a mock build on all the pieces and then see what it would do to the stats. That I actually love because that is an amazing thing. In Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you could do that with a bunch of different mods and loadouts and stuff. It'd be neat if we find a way to save it. The fact we're even getting it is cool. So, man, they're calling it the dressing room now. So Raid has actually got a department store. Forget Nordstrom's, forget all that stuff. I mean, forget even Target. You just come to the Raid dressing store in 2021. So that's actually a really good feature. That should be out next week. It sounds like that's going to be the big thing coming out. That's huge, actually, if you ask me. The gear mechanics and the quality of life stuff around that, I would be fine if we got a lot more quality of life stuff right now to enhance a few things and then get things like Clan Wars, the dupe system, the Hydra clan boss. Focus a little bit more on quality of life stuff for the next couple months. And this is a big one for me. So I'm actually excited about this. I'm going to leave the video at that. Just wanted to share my opinion. It's a bit of a mixed bag, actually, but I am excited for this particular one. Believe it or not, I'm probably excited for the new dwarves, too. So like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you. Cheers.